What's happening, party people? Welcome to Punchboard Party. My name is Daniel, and we are talking about everything we know about Golem. So, party people, I'm so excited about Golem. This game just looks so great. It looks thick, meaty, and juicy. And ever since I was a teenager and was reading Terry Pratchett Discworld novels, and especially reading Feet of Clay, I have been enamored with the legend of the Golem. And so this theme just really resonates with me and just takes what looks like a mechanically ingenious heavyweight Euro game and just brings it to life for me in a new way. Golem comes to us from the design team of Flaminia Brazzini, Virgino Gili, and Simone Luciani, and these designers collectively have designed every single Euro game for the last 10 years. I exaggerate, but I'm talking about the Voyages of Marco Polo, Zolkin, Coimbra, Alma Mater, Egizia, even the not released yet Darwin's Journey. These guys and gals, I should say, have their footprints all over the Euro board game scene, and they are coming out with what looks like another banger. So let me know in the comments down below which of these kind of mid to heavyweight Euro games are your favorite, and what is it about Euro games that keep bringing you to the table again and again and again. Let me know down below. So let's get right into the gameplay of Golem. First and foremost, there's a cardboard synagogue and you throw in all these marbles, and they're different colors and they go into different rows, and that's what you're going to use for your action selection. So that's just fun, tactile stuff we're talking about there. Along with the cardboard synagogue and the marbles, we have a big board with 3 distinct tracks or streets of different color. The art style here is really subtle but detailed. It looks really cool. It kind of makes the game pop, kind of gives it an antique sort of feel, an old-timey feel that I really enjoy. But these tracks, they have all sorts of pre-seeded tiles on the 3 different tracks that will give you different bonuses to help you accomplish your goals as you play the game. And the first thing that you're going to do on your turn is you're going to select a marble from the synagogue, and depending on how many marbles are in the row that you're taking from, that's going to be the kind of advantage or how powerful the action that you choose is going to be. And then the color of the marble is also going to indicate what color row or track your students are going to go on, and that's going to determine your income from round to round where your students are. So don't get me wrong, there's a lot going on in this game, so I'm going to try and be as brief as possible. We'll just kind of blitz through it and see just how many mechanisms and gears and levers there are to pull on as you play this game. So before we get into what the actions are, I want to talk about the golems. So you have quite a few golems available to you, but at the beginning of the game you're only going to have access to 2 of them, and then you'll unlock more as you go, building them with clay. I think paying 3 clay, you get 1 of your golems into your player area to add to the board. But at the beginning of a round, you're going to have the opportunity to move your golems, and so based on the character that's in play at the top corner of the board and your golem movement points that you have on your player board, you add those together, and that's how many movement points you have for your golems to move up the tracks, and you can distribute those points any which way, and that's going to determine one of the actions and the options that you have for that action. So let's get right into those. So the first action we're going to talk about is the work action. This is what uses the golems. So you're going to look at what space the golem is at on these tracks, and you're going to choose your golems, and based on how powerful your work action is, you're going to activate 1 or 2 or 3 or numerous golems, and you basically tap them and then get the bonus that is associated with that space based on the tile that was seeded earlier. So that's one thing you can do. You can work. The next thing you can do is actually upgrade your golems. You actually, on your player board, you have this giant golem, and there's different golem developments that you're working on. They're basically tiles that are parts of the golem, and they're flipped over, and as you upgrade them, you flip them over to their other side, and they're going to reveal different things, different bonuses, and different scoring opportunities for endgame. There's these menorahs that indicate the way that you're going to score at the end game, and I'll describe that later. So as you upgrade your golem, you're increasing your end game scoring potential there, as well as the ability to get some more resources, which will help you do the next thing, which is building or molding artifacts. There's all these vats of molten gold, and you can contribute coins and gold to these vats to produce different artifacts and upgrade the kind of artifacts that you get. And again, this is going to be endgame scoring, this is going to be money, or getting knowledge, and knowledge comes in handy because at the end of a round you have to sort of feed all of your golems with knowledge, so you won't be accruing a lot of knowledge so that you don't lose control of the golems. And speaking of knowledge, another action is to work with the knowledge, and there's these books. There's like a library, it's like a deck of cards with these different books, and there's different colors. And what you can do is you can take one of these books and put them onto your player board, and you have 5 columns that you can work with, but each column can only hold 1 card of each color, and you can only put as many books in a column as you have moved up your track on the side of that area of the board. So at the beginning you only have room for 1 book per column, and then you can move that up and have 2 books per column, and then 3, 4. So you have to kind of follow these restrictive rules, but basically you get the bonus of the knowledge book when you play it to that column, as well as the other bonuses in that column that you've added to. So again, just engine building in a way there. So basically what you end up doing with all these different actions is you're just pulling levers and turning mechanisms in order to make sure your golems can go further down these tracks, and that you can afford to keep them there with your knowledge. The last action that you can do with the marbles is called mirror, and that means that you can do any of the other actions that you choose from that row. So maybe that row is going to give you a better benefit if you take the white marble rather than the actual corresponding colored marble. The last thing that you can do in this game is you have a rabbi token, and you can place your rabbi on another set of actions. And so your rabbi can do additional things. And I'm not going to go into all of those. I don't know most of those. So there's a lot of actions and a lot of moving pieces to ultimately just score points based on how far your golems are up tracks, multiplied by the number of menorahs of that color that you have. And so it's this sort of a lot to do a little is what it seems like. So let me know down below what you think about games with so many different mechanisms and so many different actions that you have to teach or learn in order to play. Is there ever a point where that becomes not fun? Let me know what your capacity is based on this kind of fun to work to learn ratio. Let me know down below. So this segues perfectly into the last thing I want to talk about Golem is just its weight. This is a fairly inaccessible, complex game. It looks like a ton of fun. Like I said before, I'm loving the theme. So I love the basic core concept of this game, where you're trying to do a simple task of moving things up tracks. And in order to do that, you're activating this mechanism, and this gets you these resources, and then these resources you can use to spend over here to get these other resources, which you can then use to spend to get this card, which will then give you an ongoing ability to do X, and then there's Y. And I do love that a lot. But what I found over the last year especially is I've only been playing heavy games online. I've had a lot of fun with some heavy games. Russian Railroads, Signori, Zolkin. These are games that I've really enjoyed. There's something very simple to do, but it's really hard to do it. But then once you get your engine in place and things start clicking, it just really sings, and you're just kind of proud of what you've accomplished, what you've set up. So I've been really enjoying these games, but only online. So here's what I'm saying about Golem. I'm saying that I want to buy this, I want to own it, and I want to play it. But I'm not sure that if I do, I will actually play it in the end. So let me know down below, what's your track record for getting heavy board games to the table? And do you have any tips for me about getting heavy games to the table? Let me know down below. So party people, that's Golem. I'm really excited. Let me know down below how excited you are for this game. Essen release, late fall, and let me know what other games you are tracking right now and what you've been playing. I love the conversation down below in the comments. I love getting to know all you guys more. As you know, we're still settling into Saskatoon here, and so I'm trying to get back on track with these uploads, but it's been harder than I thought. But keep cheering me on, and I can't wait to be coming at you more often really soon. Okay, until next time, party people, have the best day.